Hi, and welcome to this guided meditation to help you get relief for constipation caused by stress. No one likes to be constantly stressed, and much less constantly constipated. So join me in this meditation that will help you release any stress and any emotional baggage that may be affecting the proper digestion of the food you eat. Our nervous system and our digestive system are in constant communication with each other. That's a fact. And before we start our meditation, I want to briefly go over how it is that stress affects our digestion. Have you ever felt that uneasy feeling in the stomach when you're about to give a speech, or when you see someone you're attracted to, or maybe your ex walking down the street? And how about that lump in your throat or that knot in your stomach when you have anxiety? You felt it, right? These simple examples clearly show that there is an interconnection between the brain and the digestive system. So what's responsible for this interconnection? What makes this interconnection take place? What's behind it is our autonomic nervous system. It's the autonomic nervous system that's responsible for this interconnectedness between the brain and the digestive system. So what is the autonomic nervous system? In simple terms, it's a system of nerves that connects the brain to our vital organs. And autonomic is really just a fancy way of saying automatic. So it's the part of our nervous system that functions automatically, behind the scenes of our awareness. It does its work without the involvement of our conscious mind. So the autonomic or automatic nervous system is in charge of regulating functions and organs that perform their jobs automatically and without any conscious effort on our part. Such as the heart, for example, right? We don't control the beating of our heart. It beats automatically. Also, the stomach and the intestines, we don't really control our digestion. It happens automatically for us. And there are so many other examples of things that happen automatically in our bodies, just way too many to mention here. Now, in the autonomic nervous system, there are two branches. One is the sympathetic nervous system, and its job is for protection. It's the system that activates the fight or flight response anytime you encounter danger or during times of high stress. Think of it as the gas pedal. It activates your survival mechanisms. It switches them on. It mobilizes all of your body's resources to get you in survival mode. The second branch is the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps the body return to calm after the fight or flight response is no longer needed. So think of it as the brake or the clutch that activates the rest and digest response in the body. And one very important thing that the parasympathetic nervous system also does is that it prepares your body for digestion by communicating with the enteric nervous system, which resides along the digestive tract. The enteric nervous system is there to regulate important functions for the ingestion, absorption, metabolism, and digestion of your food. So pretty much from the moment you put food in your mouth all the way to the end when you basically poop it out. Graphic, I know, but it's important to know this. And once we understand this, then the direct and intense connection between the brain, the emotions we feel, and the digestive system becomes much more clear. So when this connection is negatively affected by chronic stress, when you're feeling constant fear, constant anger or aggression, when you're feeling constant pain and suffering, when you're living by the hormones of stress all the time, always having that gas pedal activated, then these physiological reactions that once were very adaptive become maladaptive. because of all the constant stress that keeps knocking your brain and body connection out of balance. And that's when undesirable symptoms can occur, such as chronic digestive problems, diarrhea, and constipation. At the same time, those who suffer from these intestinal issues tend to feel even more anxiety, and this generates for them a vicious cycle of anxiety and stress. It's not for nothing that many scientists refer to the gut as the second brain, or gut brain, because the digestive tract contains a complex neural network, much like the neural network activity of the brain. So, whether it's your brain or your gut that's responsible for your stress, chronic constipation is no joke. Now relax. We're going to meditate, using mindfulness to first relax the body through breathing, and then the mind, allowing your body's restorative powers to emerge.